Hey guys, I'm pretty sure you heard, oh wait, hold on. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you saw the title of the video, and yes, I'm going to be talking to you about the problems about Adopt Me. So, if you probably know what Adopt Me is, it's a pretty popular Roblox game about collecting pets and roleplay and stuff like that. Um, but anyways, the so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the pets. So the pets are like so the pets. I feel like the developers might be having to reskin some of the pets like the penguins and the bat dragons. They've reskinned those quite a few times. Some of the reskins are cute. Some of them seem kind of lazy, if I'm being completely honest. Um, I mean, it's not really their fault. But at the same time, I feel like they're kind of running out of ideas. Like they're not posting them. They're like making them and releasing them like too many at a time. Like like they literally update every Friday. Like that seems like a lot. Like doesn't that seem like a lot? Only a week in between updates to like make stuff. So I feel like they should probably like slow down and stuff. Um yeah, and there's also like a lot of pets in the game already. There's like 400 or so. I think there's like about 400. That's like quite a bit for this game. I mean, it is a game about pets, but like still that's kind of a lot to collect. But anyways, that kind of leads into the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is the events. Same thing. I feel like they're kind of running out of ideas and that maybe they should like slow down a bit cuz like, you know, they literally do it every Friday. So yeah. Also, every Friday they have an event that or an update or something like that. It doesn't always mean that there's going to be a new pet. Sometimes it's just like sometimes like every once in a while, I guess they like don't really know what to do, so they just have like two times aging, like times two aging in like bucks and stuff. But yeah, they're kind of the same thing. The pets, the events, but yeah, the events are also another thing that they could do. I feel like they could bring back some pets, like not maybe not like the really old ones, but like the maybe like they could have like newer ones. They could bring back like some of the newer ones or something for like maybe a bit of Robux or like leveling and stuff. I don't know, but they could maybe do that. Not like the really old ones, but like maybe some of the newer ones could like come back. Um, yeah, that's something they could do, I guess. I mean, it'd probably be a bit controversial, but it's I think it's something that they could try at some point. But the next thing is the trading. Oh my gosh, this is like such a big problem. Like it's I feel like the entire game. Hold on, I don't know what just happened. But I feel like the entire game is starting to revolve around trading. Like, it is so hard to get a decent trade these days because people are constantly wanting huge overpays and like, and sometimes, and they're just like, they don't want to trade their stuff. And it's kind of like, it's like so hard to trade. And actually that's actually one of the reasons that I don't really trade. I don't really like trade in the game unless like I don't really like accept trade requests because most of the time they just like decline anyway. So that or they take forever to respond to my messages. Like they don't have to do a full-on like paragraph. But yeah, that is such a big problem. And also values too. Like if you could have a pet that one day it's like worth almost nothing, and then the next day it's worth like a bat dragon. Okay, maybe not a bat dragon, but maybe like a crow. But it's like it's so crazy because the values don't even really like it doesn't even really matter what your pet is from. At this point, it's just like if what people like if people want it or not. Like if it kind of depends on how it looks. Otherwise, like it's not. Oh, otherwise, like it's not really gonna be that valuable. So yeah, the trading is a pretty like big problem and stuff. I'm pretty sure it's always been like kind of hard to trade like a really perfect trade, but like it's never been as bad as it is now. Like now the trading system is just like terrible. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is Robux. This is also kind of a big problem because Adopt Me, like, I get it. They need the Robux so that they can use it to like just pay their employees and stuff, and they need money and stuff. Like this, I get it, but I feel like there's so many things that are Robux that it's starting to turn into kind of a pay to win game. Well, actually, okay, well, maybe not a pay-to-win game, but there's lots of pets that are like Robux, and there's lots of stuff that like you can't really do unless you have Robux. Like, let me get this straight. The game, you can still do a lot of things without Robux, but then there's also like a bunch of like cool pets, which are like $10 in real life money. Um, it's kind of a lot of money for a virtual pet that's like just virtual and it's pixelated for $10. Plus the game could like crash at any time. So all of that money could like just go to waste, which I'm not saying it will, but like that's a possibility. So that's why it's kind of a problem that they have so many like pets, like especially the dragons in specific. Let me try that again. The most of the dragons that are in the game also cost Robux. So yeah, that's also kind of a problem. Okay, and then the final thing I'm going to talk about are the bots and player farms. This is also like these are all really big problems, but I think this one might be one of the biggest. Like bots are just like they aren't even players. They're basically just like NPCs who just go into bot servers and they farm the game. Like they just hide in like some hidden place in the game, like under the map, and then they just like grind and grind and grind, and then they get like all of the newest pets because they just do it for like 24/7, and then they just give them to the person's main account. So it's basically like hacking. It's literally basically like hacking, and then they just give it to that person's main account. It's kind of complicated, but in the end, it means that people are getting like free items from these bots. Like they don't even have to do anything. They just have to let them just grind and grind, and then they get the pets. And that's also a problem for the people for the people like me who actually have to like work, like the people like us who actually have to work for the pets. And because it also decreases the value of certain pets because it's so annoying because it like decreases the value of the pets, and that means that there's more of them in the game, so it makes the whole game kind of like not fun, and it also makes and it discourages people. It makes them not want to like grind. It makes them like not want to stick around in the game because other like bots are just gonna get all this stuff for free. Well, they have to actually work for it. Like it's kind of like that's a really big problem, which I know Adopt Me has been trying to like fix that, and they do their best, but it's just like it's such a big problem that like I don't know. I know it's not really their fault. It's the hackers who are all over Roblox, but still that's still kind of a big problem. But anyways, I hope you will like this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, because we are trying to get to 100 subscribers, and I will see you all next time. Bye!